We come to you live from sunny Southern California. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams here at Staples Center, the house that Jerry built.
Jerry Buss or Jerry West?
One's a logo, but both, Jay, are legends. Won by the Thunder. Paul to Gilgeous-Alexander. Paul sizing up Cousins. The screen sets him up for two. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
Kuzma to James. Lakers down to 4 on the shot clock. It's James. His first effort off the mark. Paul into the front court. 2-point advantage. Nothing going here on that drive. Ooh, Chris Paul. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
To Danny Green. Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
Now Paul with the basketball. Leads up bucket. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
It's James controlling the offense. To Danny Green. Jay, Magic and Kobe each won 5 titles. How are you going to judge LeBron James' legacy in L.A.?
LeBron James wins 1 championship in L.A. That means he will set himself apart. He will have won 4 championships in 3 different cities. Now, that is polarizing for some fans. That still does not take away from the overall greatness and the legacy of LeBron James.
OKC now with 4 to shoot. 24-second violation. LeBron picked up by Paul. Here's Davis. Not today. To Paul. Five seconds to shoot. Chance for Paul. That's usually one that he'll knock down. Now ready to shoot at the line.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Steven Adams, couple of free throws on the way. 56% for his career. Knocks down the first.
What's up, boy?
Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. LeBron into the front court. 5-point game. To Cousins. Kuzma. Pass to Cousins. Down low. Short jumper misses. Paul into the front court. Leads 5. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Has a look. Shot by Adams. Off iron. No.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was the shot.
To Davis. They work it down to cut. Oh, ferocious slam inside.
The defense is doing such a good job of denying him the ball and really getting in his pocket, but he got that one to go.
Paul across the timeline. Shot clock turned off as they get a chance to build their lead. Nothing going here on that drive. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. James' shot no good. First quarter is complete. The Thunder with the lead. One quarter down. Long way to go. So, buckle up. It's wide open.
I really like what I'm seeing. Both teams look engaged. There's some trash talking going on the court. I think this has a making to be a big-time game.
Almost. Unlucky bounce.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
Kuzma to James. No good. Adams to Paul. Nothing going here on that drive. Lakers at the controls right now. Cleans it up. James to Davis. Oh, he had him there for a second. Danny Green to James. Going to launch beyond the arc. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for three.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
It's Paul for two. Wide open look, won't go.
Oh, I like that. You got the defense rotating from side to side. They're even recovering late, but still you got to make that one.
Deep two there, won't go. Got a piece to knock it away.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
To Cousins. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Paul with it up top. Looking to make something happen. Ooh, Chris Paul. 3 for 6 now.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it? There you go.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim. The maturity of one of the game's greatest on full display.
Yeah, LeBron James still proving that he can get up there with the highest of the high. But still, I love the fact that he recognizes less is more now. LeBron James 2007, every play is a dunk. Now it just happens once in a while. Enjoy the greatness.
And count the basket. When you look at playmakers in the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal, and when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
LeBron James. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Paul. The Thunder down to 4 in the shot clock. Here's CP3. That's no good. Kuzma to James. Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit. Here's Paul, controlling the offense. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The result, he's going to the line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
First foul.
Chris Paul at the line for 2 shots. A career 86% from the line. First one goes down. Able to convert on both free throws. Lakers ball. LeBron matched up with Paul. To Davis. Time expires to end the first half. Thunder with the lead.
Thanks, Ed. The Thunder will start the second half with a narrow lead. It's obvious how these guys score the majority of their points, and that's in the paint. They did a great job of scoring down low. These are the guys getting buckets for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Lakers aren't down by too much at the half. They certainly staked the flag in the paint. They were dominant around the rim on the offensive end. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Los Angeles Lakers.
First half stats. Player of the half.
Chris Paul put in the hard work that's needed to grab all of those rebounds. He was a rock for his team.
Who was cold?
LeBron James was unable to find his shot through the first 2 quarters. He's been able to get shots up, but more often than not, they just haven't been dropping for him. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
Across the timeline comes James. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. To Kyle Kuzma. Here comes the screen. And the rebound comes down to the Thunder. Gilgeous-Alexander to Paul. Fires the 3. Well defended. LeBron into the front court. His group now down 2. Here comes the screen. James against Adams. To Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins. He's 3 for 7.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Adams to Paul. Probing the defense. Here comes the screen. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Oh, don't see the read. Be the read.
LeBron with it up top. They trail by 2. From the outside, no good.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Paul sizing up Cousins. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock winding down. Fires the 3. Gilgeous-Alexander forcing one there. Well defended. James into the front court. Down 2. LeBron James, defended by Steven Adams. Has a chance. LeBron, not that time. Paul into the front court. He'll run the offense. Goes to the right side. Down low, Gallinari. And the rebound taken down by Kuzma. LeBron into the front court. Down just a couple. Down low, Boogie. Won't go. Chance for Chris Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%. He has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
He's like a traffic cop, and he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. And there's a smaller innuendo of the game that nobody talks about. When he makes a great pass, he'll tell the offensive player, shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
Now pass taken away by the Thunder. Taking advantage of the turnover.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Kuzma to Davis. Danny Green to James. The rebound belongs to Oklahoma City. No good. Defense catching a break there. Long heave from three-quarters court. 3 quarters down. The Thunder with the lead. The Thunder have it to start the 4th quarter, and they'll be looking to finish strong.
And when you play stingy defense on one end, the other end takes care of itself.
Back to the basket. James to Kyle Kuzma. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just gotta let them play, ref.
LeBron James has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 73%. Nope, first one does not go. Knocks down the second after missing the first. With the rock, it's Chris Paul. To Adams. Sizing up the defense. Knocked loose. Lakers have it. It's theirs now. Kyle Kuzma, strong finish.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Now Paul with the basketball. Up by 3. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Here comes the screen. Gilgeous-Alexander. OKC now with 4 to shoot. Chance for Paul. No good. Across the timeline comes James. His guys down 3. To Danny Green. James matched up with Steven Adams. Has a look. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. Now Adams down low. Steven Adams with the slam.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
LeBron into the front court. They're down 3. From the painted area, won't go down. To Paul. Jumper's good.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
LeBron with it up top. The deficit now up to 5. To Danny Green. Down low to Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins. Now 4 for 9.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Gilgeous-Alexander. To Paul. Nothing going here on that drive. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. To Paul. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Great defense, forcing the miss. And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
And hits the first free throw. And he makes them both. Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Probing helping the defense. Here comes the screen. The Thunder down to 4 on the shot clock. Almost, but no good. Danilo Gallinari swats it. There's the whistle and an intentional foul. Just their first in the final 2 minutes, so no free throws yet. They'll take the ball out of bounds.
Okay, now look over to the sideline and see what the staff is trying to draw up on the next play. That's good clock management thus far.
And here's an intentional foul. That's free throws. Clock stops with 13 seconds to play.
This is a close game, and possessions are at a premium. That's a good move to stop the clock.
First free throw is good. Was 2 for 2. Now the Lakers are going to call a timeout. They're going to have to draw something up for an open look at a 3.
So we ask that all smoking take place in the designated areas located outside of the arena. Thank you for your cooperation.
Cousins against the elite defender Robertson. Here's James for 2. Open look, and he buries it. Defense has to wake up.
The assist from number 15, DeMarcus Cousins.
2 huge free throws in a 1-point game. Intentional foul is going to make him earn it at the line.
Too close to call right now. We're in clock management mode. That was a good play.
And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Now the Lakers going to use a timeout. It's their second and final one of the last 3 minutes. They cannot stop the clock again.
Next group event. Availability is limited, so you must act now. Visit our team website for more details.
Just inside the arc, at the buzzer. Good victory here for the Thunder as they win this one by 3. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Thunder did what great teams do best. Finish. What I like the most is how they asserted themselves around the basket and got their points around the rim. They won the day by playing strong, no doubt about it. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Lakers are probably frustrated with themselves after such a narrow loss. They definitely put in the effort down low, but it ultimately wasn't enough to turn the tide in their favor. Check out the leading scores for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Game track. Field goals.
This was a matchup in which solid shooting was prominently on display. I definitely enjoyed it. Like I'm loving enjoying all of these highlights right now. Great job of effective, efficient scoring from these squads.
Player of the game.
Chris Paul could not have been more impressive in this game. The way he scored the basketball looked like he was playing with kids in high school.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
This has been a presentation of ESPN on EA Sports. Until next time, I'm Jalen Rose, signing off.